So looks like I'm live here, maybe. Doing some live streaming again. Excuse me, just for tonight. Just for a little bit here. Waiting on the Ludum 35 results to come in. Should be a minute here. Just gonna tweet out really quick. And so, hopefully my audio and everything's coming through. Oh, yep, must be. I can sort of hear my stream there. Just set my playback to my ears here. Oh, hello. So 8 o'clock, so judging ends. So now we just wait for them to actually tabulate the scores. It's usually a pretty fun time to see how you did. I rated 50 myself. I only got about 34 on me, looks like. Yeah, just 34 people rated me. I can't remember if that's higher or lower than normally. I rated 50 myself. I only got about 34 on me, looks like. Yeah, just 34 people. I guess we'll see. I can't remember. Compare a little bit to my previous... Oops, hello. Compare a little bit to my previous runs. So just to kind of walk down memory lane. So this is the Canis incident. This is my current game. I guess as I'm waiting here for the judging to come in, I will maybe go through and show you that game. I think I've showed you this game before on this channel, but let's see if I can't bring it up here. If I can find it. Oh, let's see here. I probably put it in my source code. Repos and Canis. There we go. We'll just pop this up here. We're gonna just build it so I can show you the boss level, because otherwise I have to play through 8 rounds of the shooting just to get to the boss level. The boss level that I forgot to wire in the damage for. We'll go ahead and do that as soon as this launches. Might take a little bit for Visual Studio to get up for some stupid reason. Oh, there we go. Come on, come on. Load, load, load. Scooter McGrew's got a message for you. Oh, cool. Well, while we wait for that, let's see here. How do I... Now, a lot of this was done just... Oh my goodness, done just crazy last minute stuff. So I have to remember how to make it so I can reduce the stages. Max levels, here we go. 1. Alright, so let's play a little of this. Assuming it builds and everything. So the music's coming in my ear. I'm not sure you guys are getting that or not. My guess is not. There is this kind of odd piano music going. I don't know if that would... Maybe it's coming through. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyways, so the Aeroplay story. Scientists shapeshift organic mush into living animals by combining with DNA. Vitae Dari Lab CEO. Bonus time! Okay, so this is Dr. Adi Van Kovsky, and this is her little kitty here, and they're on the lab, and there's some organic mush. Something funny here is notice the neck over here on her. There's it's kind of see-through there. That was a mistake. That was just to show you, it's kind of the instruction level to show you how to move around in the game. I wonder if you're actually getting the noise. Anyways, so she's all upset that her kitty's dead. No, she can't be, so she's gonna go save her, right? So, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so here comes the boss level then. So you come in here and you see, oh, your kitty's dead. Because, yeah, you were late and your poor kitty has died. But you get this idea that, hey, maybe I can take that kitty organic DNA, which is, and put it into the organic mush. Notice how this is an affordance here to do that. So you pick it up, and of course I didn't put any noise. And, okay. And notice how the cat doesn't hurt you. But this is the boss. I drew this as I found a picture of a cat and a picture of a gorilla, and I basically inlaid them, and then I actually drew this from that. Not like a trace or like a filter or something like that. Well, it was basically a trace, but I put them together. So this is a silverback gorilla with a cat. So after a little bit, oh, I forgot you can switch to the shotgun mode. Boom. All right, cool. And then once you pick up the coin here. Now, the truth is, I was always a dog person. The Canis incident. Canis is Latin, apparently, for dog. And so that was the whole idea, was that there's a subtle thing where this whole thing is not about saving a cat. It's not about anything like that. It's actually entirely about learning that she is a dog person. That was it. So I'm going to quit that in case you actually had to listen to the piano music.
So, here, I'll play a story.
One thing that I made a yeah, sorry for the annoying noise there during the stream. But let's see if there's anything new on this yet. Nothing yet. Still waiting. And yep, they've closed it though, which is good. So that was my game. I can't really go and look at some of the other games that I actually rated this time around. Again, I apologize for the really, really loud noise from that game. You know, one of the things I haven't figured out yet with my little personal engine and in mono game in general is I haven't done much with the audio. There's a way with sound effects apparently where you can set like an audio listener and make sure that you don't have too many playing at one time and stuff like that. But I've never actually spent a lot of time dealing with audio in that before. So that's one little piece that I'm going to probably be looking at more in the future on how to do that. But just waiting for the results here. Usually, I think Mike Casper's, I don't know how to say his last name. He usually posts something about kind of the future of Ludum Dare. I've heard a lot recently on Twitter that he is kind of thinking about trying to maybe skip the August one or push the August one back. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll find out when he posts it. Let's see if I can. Mike, oh, there he was. Mike. While ago. It's cool gazebo. Yeah, the skip Ludum Dare stressed out schedule. But basically, I think the idea is that we're going into the 15th year? Did he say something? Maybe it's longer than that. I can't remember. Basically, going into years and years of this, and he's been trying to get this new website up, but he just needs time. And the thing is that like Ludum Dare is a weekend, right? But there is a whole month of stuff that happens after, pretty much a whole month of stuff that happens beforehand. So it's essentially a 2-month endeavor for each one, 3 times a year, so 6 months. 6 months out of the year, he's got to be working on this now, because now he has a Patreon out there. Oops, not Developer on Fire Patreon, which is a great podcast. What would it be? Ludum Dare, or would it be under Mike? It's probably under Mike. Actually, it's probably linked to right off the Ludum Dare page. Here we go. So he's trying to. He had a Patreon up, or has a Patreon up, but obviously, even though there's 3,000 some people in Ludum Dare, Heard a bing, diddling, like I unplugged something. Interesting. Well, anyways, even though there's that many people, it's not reaching the 3,000 a month. He needs to really kind of go here. So, I think he's trying to figure out how he's going to actually get this new website up, and pay for his life and everything like that. So, I suppose it helps him being in Canada a little bit because there's a little bit more services in the government. Not that I'm for or against that. I don't want to get into politics, but yeah. Anyway, so this is just, we have to kind of waiting. It's a waiting game now. Boy, there was some interesting games. Lots of games with just literally shapes, squares, triangles, whatever, shifting in some way, shape, or form. I know one game that I really enjoyed was kind of a story game, and I got kind of pulled into it, which is weird because I'm not a huge fan of these kinds of games normally. Let's see if I have the executable sitting out there. Oh, you know what? It might have been a website even. You know what? I bet it was. I don't know if I could actually find it. Yeah. So I guess I will have to wait until we get the results in. Because you can't look at anything until they get the stats and everything squared away. Anyways, I'm not sure there's much I can go off of here from what I downloaded. Anyways, good games as always. Lots of interesting. Oh, you know what? What's something? Let me see if I can find it here. That I thought was really interesting is this game where he reversed the audio to sound like an alien. That was really neat, and it was neat. Not the game was okay. I mean, there's not a lot there, but the intrigue of what was he actually saying just caught me. Like, I gotta know. So I had to go and I had to record the audio with boy, why can't I find it? Literally, oh, here we go. So I had to go and download. If you can hear that. Now he says something, and that's just him like putting it down, flipping it, and reverse it. Like if you've ever heard that Missy Elliott song, I put that my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Yeah, that put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Anyways, that's just I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it in reverse. But he basically just took some audio and reversed it, which was, I thought, a pretty cool, interesting way to do things. But so I got Audacity out, and to be honest, I couldn't understand half of it, but I know he was speaking English because I heard at least Starship and some other things a couple times. So yeah, it was kind of neat. Like I said, the game itself, but really cool otherwise. So yeah, that's because they shut it off. Oh yeah, it's his first time. So, or her first time. I don't know who it is, but anyways. Let's see, what else is there out there? Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I said, there was a lot of good games, but nothing that's really sticking out in the downloads here. Unfortunately, a lot of them are just named Ludum Dare 35, so I don't know what they are. Yeah. Shapeshifters. Anyways, so let's see what we got here. Anything yet? I'm sure that there's other people just sitting there. I should be sitting on Twitter probably saying, hey, is it up yet? Or not, is it up yet? But they'll probably announce it on the actual Ludum Dare channel or Twitter feed or whatever. yeah, so I guess while I'm waiting here, I mean, what could I do? I could probably do some game dev or something, I suppose. Um, Oops, that shouldn't have been over there. Hopefully, no, everyone should have seen that. So, nothing really to hide. Anyways. We have the waiting game, of course. Still waiting. So last time we had one of these, I actually wrote a blog post prior to it, and I posted it just as we're waiting. I guess I could review that a little bit. It's why every entrepreneur should Ludum Dare. And you can see how pitiful my blog post readings are, how many people I pull in. But really, I think I laid out a little bit in here what kind of Ludum Dare teaches you, maybe from an entrepreneurial standpoint. But one thing is you have to be decisive in order to finish a game in 48 hours. You just have to be. I mean, in order to build that game that I built, which isn't very good, it takes time, but you have to decide on something. Now, some of the games that I've built have been within. I decide Saturday night, and I've got till Sunday then to actually build the thing. But the kind of, and I can work under those kinds of those things. It's really difficult. But the sooner you make decisions, you stick with it, you pick a path and go, the more polished you get on the end. Now with this current one that I did, I would have probably, there it goes again. I wonder what keeps flipping in and out. Again, I can't show you the Canis incident here. If I would have probably had a little bit better collision detection figured out in my engine, cold steel beforehand, probably would have done a little bit better on the polish side of it. There was a lot of polishing elements that I wanted to get to that I just didn't. Obviously, I forgot to, as you saw earlier, forgot to wire in the damage for the main boss. That was pretty dumb. But overall, I was pretty happy with it. I got audio in there. I got, essentially the major elements that I wanted. The storyline was there. There was obviously some things lacking. Character development, I think, was one of the critiques of my game. But obviously, the sooner you pick your path, you set on it, and you go, that decisiveness matters, and the better you'll do off in the end, I think. Doing anything's better than nothing. Yeah, I mean, again, the whole point of Ludum Dare is to build that game in a weekend. And if you just sit around saying, "Well, I can't make up my mind. What am I gonna do?" and you switch items and you think it this way or that way, and you change your mind a lot. You can change your mind. That's all right if something's just not working out. You can change your mind for sure. But if you just doing something, if you just get into it and do it, and you'll have something in the end. If you sit there and lollygag back and forth and think too hard about it, yeah, I mean, you're just not gonna get done. So yeah, I think also it teaches you that you don't need to know how to do something to get started. Now, one of my first games, which I don't even know if I could, well, I could probably link to if I can find something with my name off on here. Let's see. I don't keep a link. I should keep a link. Actually, you know what? I probably did keep a link on my blog. Come to think of it. No. I think I called it my Ludum Dare escapades, something like that. Oops, not an admin. You can see into my whole crap here. I don't care. You can see into my personal life, whatever. Not personal life. What's behind the veil of what I want you to see, right? Let's just Ludum Dare escapades. Okay, why am I? Oh, it's the first one. Derp. I should put an image next to that. So beneath the surface here. So I need to really make links stand out a little bit better. I might have to change the coloring on that. So this one, ISOMiner, going into it, I had no idea how to build games in JavaScript. And I chose specifically not to use a framework like Phaser or something like that. So everything you see here, which it isn't a complete game by any stretch of the imagination, literally you just move around as this dude and you fall down a hole. And presumably these red and silver and blue tiles would have some reason for existing. They don't. Basically, the whole point is just to go through, and as you can see, I left in the key to go through the different layers. But the whole thing is to find that hole and then get to the next layer. And then when you reach the bottom at some point in time, you're done. And the whole thing restarts. Or you can do like this and just fall off the edge. And boom. But like I said, the whole point there is that you don't need to necessarily know how to do something to just get started, right? If you got some programming and even if you don't, if you've got the will and you pick up something like Unity and just say, hey, I'm going to make the basic game or do console game. I think people think that console games would not be enjoyable, but I played a couple just wonderful text games and they were awesome. Sometimes a very well done text game beats anything with graphics and audio in that. And who says you couldn't have audio in it? I suppose you could play audio from the console. Why not? It'd be interesting. I don't know if I've seen a lot of games that do that, other than maybe just some sound in the background. But imagine applying, if you're doing some actions and things, and applying, the sound, but not actually the images. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. I realize that you probably can't read that very well. Maybe I should zoom in. What else? It forces you to exercise your creative muscles. That is a definite thing. I mean, what? Oh, hey, it's up. Should I continue? Probably not. Let's look at the results here. So, all right, here we go. So I did a little less than I did last time for coolness, which I'm upset about. I should have done more games. Humor I rated well on. Everything else I did a lot poorer than I have done in the past. Which, it happens. I was a little surprised I didn't get better for graphics or mood. Mood, actually, I was expecting to be a little higher. Certainly not much innovation there. I guess people didn't see the theme. So, overall, probably not super happy with the results for this one. You'd like to think that you're getting better, but I think I was targeting a different kind of game this time. And when you do that kind of thing, people have a lot different of expectations. So let's just kind of look back here along memory lane. Adrift was much more of a, if you look, I did better on my overall, the humor one here was 110. But like you see overall 600, I did very poorly there. Whereas here overall 137, that's kind of the overall is kind of the crown jewel. The controls on this were pretty wacky, but the gameplay was there, right? And it was interesting. I think people that generally play this style game have a little bit higher expectations than something where it's just, like this. There was a little bit beautiful of an aesthetic here too. Liam was probably fairly similar in that humor was higher. My audio and stuff was really just not that good here. 451. Yeah, so I really tanked on a lot of this stuff. Ranked higher on humor, so hey, I'm apparently getting funnier, right? Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. This one, overall mood. So so how this looks is my extreme high point, which was the humor thing. That's the best I've scored on any single category ever, was number 1.
Something in my ears is going wacky. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on there. Hope you guys can still hear me. Weird. Yeah. So again, I hope you guys can still hear me. Because I can't hear myself. Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe I'll plug it back in just a second. Alright, well. Yeah. I'll do that later. So humor 110. 329. So my ranking was higher on some of these. So yeah, I did really just a poor job this time around, or the people that were reviewing me just didn't like it. That could be. I mean, you never really know. 34 people. I could have got the 30 people that absolutely hate this style game. You never know, or people very, very, not judging, but whatever. Just have an opinion. I don't know. So yeah, let's see here. Again, my ranking was better. At least a few of these were quite a bit higher. And then before that, I don't think there was much. I never got a rating on this one, and I think I may have got a little bit on this one, but this was really poor. So I've kind of, I think this was a peaking point maybe, and I was hoping to do better this time, but apparently I didn't. But whatever. Hey, you get what you get. So that just tells me that I need to do time. And I probably will try to stick with this kind of roguelike genre. Now, I can't exactly just say that's the way it's going to be next. I mean, obviously, if we get a type of theme that just isn't conducive to it, I'd be hard-pressed to think that there is a theme that you couldn't fit something fairly simple in here. But I think sticking with this kind of like turn-based ring has done well for me. It allows me to think a lot more about gameplay and not so much graphics. Plus, if you look at my trend, now I missed August last time, but what I have been kind of doing is switching back and forth because this one came here. So a miss was kind of a roguelike, then this was more graphical intensive, more roguelike, this is more graphical intensive, so we'll see. But overall, I didn't do as well as I hoped to do, but yeah, you never know with these kinds of things. I can only just hope I'll do better next time. So let's see who won the top 100. Not top 100, obviously. Let's just go to... Do they have the layout? Categorical top 25s? That's the one I want to look at. So I usually look at the compo mostly when I'm doing this. Obviously, Managor has won these a few times. He just makes some awesome games. I've played like Sun and Moon. I didn't play his one this time, but definitely just fantastic. I know. Obviously, a lot of people with 100% coolness. So let's just kind of take a look here. Like I said, I know who won overall innovation. It was kind of like he's got this really cool kind of, yeah, you got like a window and you're playing inside of it, and you use kind of the window to help. It's a pretty neat concept. It's a different way. Kind of reminds me of the entire game on one screen concept that we had a while ago, or theme rather. And obviously he took the cake on a lot of them here. This one here, Space Shifter. I can't really tell from just what. Oh, okay, so you can take the form of stuff around you, so that's cool. Graphics, Horst. Wow, that's gorgeous, huh? pretty neat stuff. Audio soothsayer. Okay, so here, see, look at this text-based. I can't hear the audio on it. Oh, because I don't in. You might be able. No, maybe not. Okay, so there's a audio in there. Again, my ear is not working right on that, so. Hue, which is what I ranked the highest in for my group, but still didn't break the top 100. So kind of kind of like a mount your friends kind of style thing. That's pretty cool. That is pretty neat, no doubt. And mood. Oh, mood was. Oh, I never. No, what did I miss? Oh, graphics and mood. Horse got that too as well. Interesting. So that's like the top winners for the. I'm not gonna cover the jam because you can go through and stuff. But anyways, so that's Ludum Dare 35 all wrapped up. Well, I guess we'll try harder next time to not suck so bad, right? Again, I could have sucked worse. Obviously, I just want to get in the top 100, but hopefully I don't have to wait until after August. I'd rather try again in August. So, kind of continue with this game stuff on here and do some more live streaming. Maybe just maybe I'll get good enough to get one of these things out. A good chance at getting a placement next time. Yeah, we'll see. Well, I'm going to sign off here because I'll have to put my daughter to bed. So, might be on game dev after the fact. We'll see. All right, if I don't, have a good night. And I hit the wrong button trying to exit. Do you want to? No. I'll just